Welcome back, everybody. Now today I'm back with 4 interesting finds from Amazon. I'm going to test all of them out and see if they actually work. So let's get right to the first item. Let's take a look at a product that's interesting and potentially quite useful, and that is this. Well, actually this is just a box, but inside this box are 8 AAA to AA adapters. It's a pretty simple idea. It's basically an adapter that turns a AAA battery into a AA. And then no matter how many batteries I buy, it seems like when I go in my battery drawer, there's always a bunch of AAAs and never any AAs. So that's why I saw this. I thought it might be useful. So I paid $6.98 for an 8-pack. They claim that it's a plastic casing that converts any AAA into a AA battery. Supposedly the weight of this plus a AAA is still less than that of a AA battery, so we'll check that out as well. So let's just open this up here. Pretty simple. So far so good. I'm going to place a brand new AAA battery in here. And that is it. That's it. The review is over. We're done. No, just kidding. Let's see. Compared to a AA, it does look like it's the right size. Let's weigh a AA battery here. 0.85 ounces. The AAA plus casing. 0.55 ounces. It is lighter. It is a lighter battery than a legit AA, so there is something to that claim. I was wondering what I could test this out with, and the first thing that came to mind is one of the oldest products I've ever reviewed, and that is this. The Atomic Beam Lantern, which I've had since 2016. Now the video you're watching now is about my 803rd public video, give or take some. But the Atomic Beam Lantern was my 11th video from November of 16, so it's been a long time. In fact, if you ever want to watch a really 7.5 minute cringy video, check that one out. But I digress. So the Atomic Beam Lantern still works. I've got some AA batteries in there, so it still works. So let's take these batteries out of here and load up a couple more of these. Now I've got my 3 AAA batteries in the casing, so let's put them in there and see how they work. And that's what we've got. Let's see. Is it gonna work? Oh, it works. It works. It actually works. That's kind of nice. I mean, because I can never seem to have enough AA batteries, and I always seem to have triples, so this could be a huge addition to my battery arsenal. I'm actually kind of happy with this. Now what happens when you shake it around a little bit? Are these going to be secure enough to still work? Let's see. Yeah, I'd say so. I'm probably going to break this thing, but it seems like it's working. Not that I care if I break this. This thing is like 7 years old. All right, well, I mean, it seems like it held up pretty well, so that's pretty good. But I'm going to make one more of these. I'm going to put it in my Zoom H1, which I sometimes use to record audio when I'm out and about. Got a battery in there now. This one also kind of chews through batteries. And we do have power here, so it's gonna work. So if you see any footage of me out and about the rest of this video and the audio is good, then that means it's still working. If the audio doesn't sound good and I have to use my camera audio, you know it failed. So maybe I should stop here and let my excitement not sell you too much on it, because there's one big caveat, and that would be that the capacity of a AA battery is significantly more than the capacity of a AAA battery. So even though they have the same voltage, this AA battery is going to last much longer than this AAA. So while I do think that it does have a place, it's probably more as an emergency backup when you run out of AA's in a pinch, not for all your AAA's to suddenly replace your AA's, because that probably isn't going to happen. Overall though, I do think this has a place in my battery drawer. Let's take a look at a product that might be kind of silly, but some people might find it useful as well. And that's inside this box. A drink cup with included snack tray. Let's put this together real quick here. So we have a firm part of a straw and a floppy part of a straw here. And there are absolutely no instructions. This is an empty box, nothing. It looks so easy to assemble in their video, but it's not. Is this screw on or snap on? I can't really tell. It doesn't seem like it does either one. So the handle doesn't fit on here, so it has to go up from the bottom, I'm assuming. So this must snap on there. It doesn't screw on there. There you go, it's snapped in place. That was kind of hard to put on there. Every time you fill up, you're gonna have to go through that? I don't know. How am I gonna do that if I have a drink in there? So say I'm gonna have this full of a drink, and I'm gonna have some snack in here. I have to fiddle with this to stick it on there. The handles in the Amazon listing seem sometimes different than this one. It's supposed to be color changing, but it doesn't even seem like it's very opaque. This listing's a big bust already. I don't know, man, but let's try to make the best of it. As far as the straw goes, sometimes they show this little notch sticking out. Sometimes they show the floppy part sticking out. I don't know, man. It's like, I feel like they compiled a bunch of similar listings and just kind of threw it together. All right, so I'm gonna make the best of this anyways. I'm gonna clean this off, take it on the road for a field test and see how it actually works. All right, let's try this in a real world test, shall we? So I hit the golden arches for only the best for this review here, right? I always get stuck here waiting for my food. What's up with that, McDonald's? So the good news is that it fits in my cup holder, so it does fit. That's a good thing. It fits decent, I guess. Yeah, it's actually pretty sturdy in there, so not too bad. Every car's gonna be different, but it does fit in this one. One video I saw online, it might have been from a different vendor, but they were showing the entire cup going in the tumbler. I thought that might be a good idea if it does work. Now I got a small drink from McDonald's and a medium drink from McDonald's. There's no way the larger fits, so I didn't bother with that. So let's see if either one of those, the entire cups will fit in there. If not, we'll just pour the drink in. All right, trying the small here. Will the small fit in there? Oh, it fit, but how am I gonna get it out of there? It just wedged itself in there. Oh man, that's not really what I had in mind. How am I gonna get that out? How am I gonna get that out of there? Oh man, it looks so much different on the videos online. Now it's like stuck in there. I guess I'll go with that since I have no choice. Maybe I can use their straw. Can I use their straw? No, it's too small. It's not stick up enough. Take their straw. This isn't really going very well, is it? I'll stick the tumbler straw in there so it's in the drink. The top over this and snap it into place. Oh, it snapped. It snapped. I got it snapped relatively easily. It's pretty deep now that I think about it. I mean, that's a medium fry, the entire thing, and there's room left. Not bad. How many nuggets can I throw in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can probably fit all of them. I can fit an entire 10-piece nuggets and fries for a medium meal in there. I'm kind of impressed. I'm not impressed by pretty much anything else, but I'm impressed by that. So I guess the next thing we have to do is eat it. What I don't have is a place for my condiments though. I got no ketchup, I got no dipping sauce. I guess I could make room for it by eating some of these. I'm not sure about that drink there. It's just, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that out of there, but let's see. I am eating and drinking with one hand. That's kind of nice. Totally ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. And now that I'm out and about, it's kind of nice. Still have a hand free. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my hand, but I got a hand free. My drink. I've been kind of hating on it, but now that I've actually used it, I see the benefit. There's a lot of things wrong with it, but in the end result, not bad. I think what I'll do here now is finish my lunch, and I'm gonna figure out how to get this small out of here because it's kind of wedged in there. But I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I'm gonna finish eating my chicken nuggets and my fries and my drink, and then I'll get it out of here and see what happens. Until then, I will say, cheers. All right, I've just finished. Now, one thing I noticed is that even though they have this little notch here, it does not completely block off this hole, no matter where it's at. So that means you might get some crumbs or something in your drink. Something else I noticed is that it does seem to be color changing. Even though it didn't seem like it worked at first, I guess it is color changing. What about you want something a little bit more solid like a hamburger? Is that possible at all? Let's find out. I mean, like this, a hamburger is, I mean, that's not gonna fit, right? Well, maybe it would, but you don't want that. What if we drive a hole through the center of this hamburger? Oh, just drop it on the floor. There we go, that's the solution, right? Well, maybe not, but it was fun to try anyways. It's definitely a concern that you're gonna get crumbs falling through there into your drink, so that's definitely a possible problem. I'm gonna pour a drink directly in here as opposed to using that cup. This is a medium drink from McDonald's. All right, there's a medium drink from McDonald's. I still have a little bit of space. Kind of wipe this cap out. There's the crumbs in there. I don't want that in my drink. It doesn't snap very easily. Ah, there it goes. Smooth as silk. Put my straw in there. We're good to go for the next round. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about this one, but I'll check back at the end of the video and let you know my final thoughts. Let's get to a product that I'm reviewing mainly because I wanted to order for myself because I thought it might be useful. And that is this, which is a phone wristband. I paid $15.99 for this. They claim that it's an armband for smartphones that can rotate 360 degrees, although elsewhere in the Amazon listing it says 180. They say it's ideal for running, gym, cycling, or even climbing. They say it doesn't cover the buttons or controls or cameras on the phone. They say it's lightweight or easy to install. Let's crack this open and see what's inside here. All right, here we go. It looks pretty kind of cool actually, if it works at least. Now I know they have products like this, which is the chubby buttons, which puts controls on your wrist as well. But the problem with that is that when you want to access your phone for other things besides just those controls, it doesn't really do any good. I take a couple walks a day. I'm always listening to my phone. I'm listening to podcasts. So I thought maybe this would be better than having to reach in my pocket every few minutes to change the video or the podcast or the music. So it looks like it straps on pretty easily. Got Velcro there, not too bad. Kind of a bit of a Spider-Man look here. Not bad. Let me just start with a generic phone here. Now, how do you put this in here? I'm gonna try starting off putting a generic phone in here first before I put my bigger phone in there. I think you're supposed to just kind of loop it over like that and then stretch. That's a pretty big stretch. So that's kind of how it looks, I guess. And it does rotate. Let's try on the wrist here. It does fit on my wrist. It feels kind of heavy, almost like I'm wearing a wrist weight. How does it rotate? Okay, we are at 180. Oh, it does go 360. It goes all the way around. Not bad. Now this phone doesn't have a case on it though. Let's try a bigger phone with a case on it. Seems like putting the corner over the phone is the way to start. Kind of like that. Oh man, I don't know. This is kind of a tight squeeze here. It looks like I did get the corners over there, so let's put this on the wrist here. There you go. I got my iPhone 14 Pro Max on my wrist, and once again it feels like a wrist weight, but it does rotate all the way around, so that's kind of cool. So it's one thing for it to work here while I'm standing here at this desk, another thing to actually go out in the real world and try it out, which we're going to do right now. All right, so I'm maybe at 5,000 steps into my walk so far, and here are some initial observations. It is good for keeping your one hand free. The other thing is that putting it on with one hand was a bit awkward. I'm also not sure if those straps are gonna hold up over time. I had to stretch them pretty hard. And finally, it is kind of heavy on one wrist. It feels like I'm wearing a wrist weight on one wrist. But let's keep trying and see what we got. All right, this walk has definitely allowed me to have a few observations. First of all, what happens if you get a phone call and you're not using any kind of Bluetooth headset? Hello? That's not gonna be easy. Number two, my wrist is all sweaty right now, which is not very comfortable. I wasn't really expecting that, but that's the case. And number three, I had my Bluetooth headphones on, which there's a mild advantage over having it in your pocket. You don't have to dig in there. But I was also thinking, what if I wanna take pictures? I don't think the camera is gonna work. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna show you what my video looks like here. Here's my video. Nice panoramic shot. Just kind of curious what happened if you used some wired earbuds. How that's gonna work. I'm gonna try that for the rest of my walk. Sticking them in there. Now my ears are tethered to my wrist. That doesn't sound like it's gonna go well. I mean, I guess it works. I guess. I don't know. Let's finish this walk and see how it goes. All right, so my walk's over. I got a few more observations. Now, first of all, it does work and it held it in place the entire time, so that's a good thing. But I have some issues here. First up, you kind of want to have it run along your arm like this, as opposed to like that, because it's much more unstable when it's in that configuration. But the problem is something like Spotify doesn't have a horizontal mode that I'm aware of, so you have to turn your phone anyways. So every time I want to use my phone, I have to raise my wrist and turn it. Maybe I'm nitpicking, but it's something I noticed. Next up, if you're someone who uses the swipe from the top right corner feature as often as I do, these straps are in the way. So I found that swiping from the upper right was almost impossible. Number three, I'm not sure I like having my one wrist weighted down and the other one not. It's a bit OCD for me that is so asymmetrical. I can see why some people would like it. I'm not bashing the product. I think it does work. I just don't think it's the solution I was looking for. I think I'd rather just have the phone in my pocket. I can reach in there and grab it whenever I want. The other thing is if you want to use your camera, I mean, you really can't. The camera's covered up. This doesn't detach easily. So, you know, if you're not planning on using your camera, that's not a big deal. But to me, I'm always using my camera. And in this case, I have to take it completely out of there. And it's a bit awkward to put in there with one hand anyway. So I don't know. I think it works. It's just not for me. Let's take a look at the most expensive of the bunch, and that is this. A paper towel holder that I paid 70 bucks for. This is a paper towel holder by Simple Human. It's a standing paper towel holder with an integrated spray pump, which makes this an all-in-one cleanup kit. They said it has a balanced tension arm that allows you to tear off paper towels one at a time with one-handed operation. And a lot of empty space in that box. So they also give you a trial of a multi-surface cleaning tablet. I'll have to give that a shot. So it's a nice looking paper towel holder. See, the tension arm does seem pretty good. And here's the integrated spray pump. I think you have to press it down to release it. It's very nice. It's quite long. It looks like it would hold quite a bit. All right, so let me read these brief instructions over. I'm gonna try this tablet out and then we'll get started. All right, so I filled this up to just about the max fill line here in the spray pump. I'm gonna take their citrus grapefruit cleaning tablet and drop it in there. Smells like cleaner. Here we go, dropping the tablet. So I guess I'm just gonna let this dissolve for a while and then we'll get started. The tablet has dissolved, so we should be good to go. It took a little bit of time, maybe about 20 minutes for it to dissolve, but we're good now. So what you're supposed to do is place this into the paper towel holder, and then you can press down to release, press it down to lock it in place. Let's add some paper towels here. I have an average sized roll. Now it's a heavy unit, the base is non-slips, and I'm using one hand here and it's not moving around, so that's a good thing. All right, paper towels are on the paper towel holder. Can I use one-handed operation? Let's see. Oh yeah. Not bad. All right, so it seems like it's sturdy enough to use one-handed operation, and it seems like this arm has enough tension to do the job. So let's put the spray pump right in the center here. Press it down, it is locked in place. Now if we have a spill, for example, this table's kind of messy anyways, push it down to release it, pull it out, and then right here is where it sprays out of, and this is the trigger right here. Oh yeah. The tablet they included does have a nice kind of pleasant citrus smell to it, so that's pretty good. And when we're done with this, instead of putting it off to the side like I just did, you're supposed to put it right here and back into place. We are good to go. Let's try a few different places around the house and see how it actually works. Now this kind of table probably isn't the thing that I would normally use paper towels on, but it's a big table that's filthy because it rained, it got wet, it got dusty, and I haven't cleaned it since then yet. So this will give me a good chance to use a lot of paper towels and a lot of cleaner and see how the whole process goes. First paper towel. I'm just gonna kind of pick a random spot here. I don't even think an entire roll of paper towels is gonna make it through this table. Because it rained recently and then it was windy, so it got dust that blew on the wet table, so it's just filthy right now. But this will be, it's a good test at least, even though it's probably not realistic. I mean, so far so good. I might try to go inside and try a few more surfaces because I don't want to use the entire roll of paper towels on just this one table. Let's go inside and keep trying. Let's recap all four of these items, shall we? Now, as far as the battery adapters go, I do think they work, so that's the best news about that. But I don't think it's a true replacement because AAA batteries don't have the capacity of AA batteries. It's more like something you have on hand when you run out of AA's but you need one and you've got AAA's there. This will do in the pinch. Now, as far as the snack cup goes, this is another one that does work, but it's kind of touchy. The snack cup's kind of hard to get on. I feel like crumbs are gonna go into your drink. But you know, problems aside, once it's assembled, it does actually work. The wrist phone holder is also something that I didn't really find useful for my own purposes, but I do think some people would find this to be actually quite useful. I would say the paper towel dispenser plus the spray pump is my favorite of the bunch, although it's 70 bucks and I think a lot of people are gonna buy it for that reason alone. But if you do splurge, I think you'll like it. But that's all I've got. If you've tried any of these products, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.